Salutations! Welcome to my own brothers.
Wow.
Look who we got.
We should all say it in unison.
By special request, we got him back.
Special request.
Hey, thanks everybody in the chat for requesting me back.
In the chat. There's no chat. Tom's got a stream brain.
Thanks.
Tom is addicted to streaming.
I like this. I can just do this.
Yeah, we can say it in unison.
Nice.
Or just do it again.
Four funky guys.
We can say it in unison.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Greetings! Salutations! Welcome to my own brothers. That sounded pretty good.
That was good.
We should be in a band where we
should
sing just that.
We should say everything in unison.
God,
What else would we say?
The whole rest of the podcast, every word we say is in unison.
Oh my god, that'd be so annoying.
Yeah, that would be good.
That'd be so annoying. Yeah, that'd be good.
Episode.
Yeah, this. They're gonna say it all in that cadence.
You know what it sounds like? That dude
That
who does the
wrestling
wrestling YouTube channel. Did you
You
ever
should-
hear that guy, Seth? You've heard him. You go, why does he talk like that? There's a YouTube channel. I'll play him for a second.
His vocal cadence is.
I don't want to hear it if I don't like it.
You do want
That's
to
what they
hear
call
it.
that, right? When
It's
somebody's
amazing.
like the way that somebody speaks, their cadence,
I
right?
guess so.
Yeah, it's the way that he speaks is just it's weird the way that he pronounces stuff.
You guys, it's summer. I'm dressed appropriately. Tom, definitely not dressed appropriately.
I wear
Nathan,
pants every
as
day.
well,
all the
not
time.
dressed
I
appropriately.
walked across El Angeles with you, 60 miles.
90
wearing
degrees today.
I'm
these
dressed like
pants.
a Seattle punk rocker.
Yeah, well, Seattle punk rockers are morons that don't acknowledge the heat, apparently.
I mean, but they gave us Nirvana and Pearl Jam.
Yeah, Kurt Cobain shed those layers when he needed to.
He always had the flannel.
Will never be allowed to return to WWE as long as Vince McMahon is in charge.
Oh, that's
After
so
being
annoying.
forced to lose to the
I hate that.
Iconics at WrestleMania 35.
Turn that
Sasha
off.
Banks was angry
Turn that
because
off.
Vince McMahon
Come
took the
on.
women's
Welcome.
tag title
to
We have,
my own
oh,
brother.
we didn't set the timer.
Yeah, I
It's
did.
got a timer.
I started it. He stretches out every syllable.
Welcome to my own brother.
Here's my own brother, Shepard Rigsby.
I hate it.
I don't know why he speaks like that. I think he does because everyone in the comments like he doesn't get it on purpose because everyone in the comments is like, "Why do you speak like that?"
Yeah.
But I think it makes people watch because they just don't understand, and then you kind of remember the guy.
How good
so
do
you
I
remember his
sound
voice.
when I talk
Yeah,
really close
and,
like this?
I mean, if that's like the voice that everybody's got like a voice that they use when they do like a performance.
my
If that's his
radio
performance
voice.
then more power to him. But it is it's just a weird
It's
voice to
off-putting.
choose. Yeah, very
Well,
off-putting.
let's talk about something more interesting. Tell us the time. Tell us. Do you remember meeting me or Nathan?
Do you remember meeting me? I remember in video tech class in high school.
Uh-huh.
Tom and I were in video tech class where we shot videos and edited videos, and then we'd borrow the cameras after school and make
It was fun.
sketches and stuff.
You were in my backyard wrestling
It
federation.
was. We used to film stuff back when we were like 14, 15 or whatever.
Was
Yeah.
you like a hot dog kid or something?
A
Hot dog kid?
What does that mean?
What?
I just remember you in like hot dogs or potato tots.
Everybody likes hot dogs and tater tots. What are you talking about?
Something I don't know. Something about hot dogs, and I can't remember. Did you always eat a hot dog or something?
No.
Me and Nathan and Jared and Zach jumped a freight train, and we took it really far away
Oh, that was
from where we
awesome.
lived.
This is another terrible time.
We took it really far away from where we lived, and there was nobody.
Jumping that train is one of the greatest memories of my life.
There was nobody left to call.
This is taking advantage of my
and I
friendship.
remember we got on a payphone, and we had like very little money to make the call.
You were close to Boston.
And
You were
so
in Reading. I think you were in Reading.
we ended up calling-
Reading, Massachusetts.
We ended up calling Tom at like probably 2 in the morning or 1:30.
And I was a good friend and said,
And we said,
yeah,
Tom, will you drive out here an hour away and come pick us up?
because I was a good friend, and
And he said yes.
I said yes.
And he
then-
came out and picked us in his old Caravan Dodge minivan.
Yeah,
And
You had
then
a Dodge Caravan?
yeah.
I love those minivans. Those are cool. I kind of like wish I had one with like the white one with the wood paneling strip is what I've always wanted. That's the classic.
Tom, that's an
Yeah.
interesting ending to the story that I don't recall.
Yeah, so the interesting ending was, it was like on the way there, like I came to pick you guys up, and then it was pretty far away, and at the time, this was like when I was younger, so I didn't have like a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money now, and I was like, oh, I'm like, I don't really have a lot of gas. And I think it was Nathan who was like, he's like, we'll pay for your gas.
I wasn't on that one. It was just Jared and Seth.
No,
You were there too.
You didn't pick us up.
Yeah, no, you were there too.
I got
So when
picked
we were
up.
on the back of that boxcar all that way.
Oh, the dangerous one?
Yeah, I picked you.
I thought someone else picked us up that night. It was a girl.
No, it was me.
It was you?
Well, he might have looked like.
I looked like
You had long hair.
Yeah. So
Really? That was you? I remember. That was awesome. That was a scary ride, but it was very thrilling.
Well, the ending of this story is you called me at 2 a.m. I came to pick everybody up, and I didn't have a lot of gas. I was like, I don't really know if I have enough gas to get back home. And it was like, Nathan, I think it was you, and you were like, oh, don't worry, we'll put some gas in your car. And then you were like, oh, just drop us off here, and we'll give you gas money for your car. And then the second you got in front of your house, you all ran out of my car.
Really?
And you didn't give me gas money.
This story is suspect.
I don't know. That's unlike anything
I know, and
I've
I
ever
don't
do.
feel like that would have been. And also, that night that we jumped that train really far,
Yeah.
remember the other commuter rail came in, we got in the car with the power off?
Yeah, we sat in it.
And we rode it back.
That's what I'm saying. We rode that back.
To, like,
That
Franklin.
I don't think I rode with Tom. We rode the train back.
Is that when you picked us up from Franklin Station?
There was another time that I picked you up from somewhere.
Maybe it was me and Jared then.
I think Tom picked up you and Jared because I swear.
Yeah, but I remember Tom dropping us off at Josh's apartment in Franklin.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah.
Maybe Zach or
But
Jared.
all I remember is that whoever I picked up said that they would give me gas money, and the second it was probably you
I
and
would
Jared.
never do that. Jared and Seth were the cheap ones. I
Okay,
would
so
never
it's
do
probably
that.
you two. But all I remember is like, yeah, just pull up here. Yeah, we'll give you gas money. And then the second I stopped, the door flung open and you were both gone.
Jared would do that nowadays.
I mean, I hate to say that it's true. It might be, but I just don't remember. But I can't.
Because
can't
I
own
do
to it.
remember when we jumped
I
to Seth and we
remember.
went really far, basically into Boston. We didn't know how to get home. It was super late. We had no one to call. And then another train came with all the lights off, and I remember riding. That
No,
was
commuter rail.
yeah,
that
that's what I'm
wasn't
saying.
the freight
commuter-
train.
It was still a train though.
Yeah, yeah.
And we rode in like the nice seats, the passenger
Nice seats.
seats.
Yeah, we rode in the
bench
car-
seats
in the passenger
with
train.
all the lights off, and it was so nice riding on a dark train, not lit up.
Yeah, they didn't see us
super
get in.
quiet. No one was on it. It was like the secret train to
And it
Hogwarts
drove all the way
in
to
middle of
Forge
night.
Park, and then we just got off.
And then we got off. And then I don't know how we got home. Oh, Josh picked us up. I think he picked up
'cause
Josh.
he was in Franklin.
Our brother Josh.
In the days of the payphone.
That I loved jumping that train. I don't think we've talked about this enough in the detail
what's
that
the
it
timer?
deserves.
9.
We got 3 minutes. The jumping those trains was so much fun. So cool. We'd hide in the woods. A freight train would come by and it would slow down a little bit because up ahead where the engine was super far ahead of where we were because it was like 12 cars back. It would slow down way up there for a cross street. So the
'Cause there were no
timing was
crossing
perfect.
guards.
So by the time it was slowing down, the end car was where we were hiding in the woods, so we could run after
It was a little bit beyond that.
and it would
but
slow
yeah,
down
you
enough
have to
where we
run.
could chase it and jump on it and catch it. But there's always one friend that didn't make it on in time, and we're like, "Come on!" And we're all on the train going, "Get on!" And they finally would jump on. None of us ever missed it. We always all got on it. And it was
I
super
discovered
fun.
this train.
Seth used to do it on his
I
own.
heard the train one night. I'm like, where is this train? I've heard it from time to time.
You hear the whistle blowing
So I
through the
went
town.
out at one night in the winter.
This is in Milford,
And I
Massachusetts.
remember hiding
the
behind
train.
the bushes across the tracks.
near the BMX
And I remember
track.
like seeing my breath because the light's so powerful from the train, you know. I remember seeing my breath and it was freezing cold. And it came by and it was super intimidating because the ground was rumbling
It's
from the
so
train.
loud. And the train's tall when you're down
And
low
then-
next
yeah,
to
and
it.
it's like towering over you, and it goes. And it's not going very fast. It's going like 10 miles an hour at that point.
It's still a giant
but it's
machine
still
like that.
rumbling the
It's
ground
pretty
and going
intense.
by.
Right.
And it's like, and I remember I was by myself. I'm like, am I really gonna jump on this train? Am I really gonna hop on a freight train? And like I always see people, because I thought it was like such an insane thing to do. And then so the train goes by, and I didn't want to get run over, so I waited for the whole thing to go by, and I got on the tracks, and I ran on the tracks behind the train. So if I fell, I would just fall over and not get run over. You know?
Yeah.
And so I just ran, and I grabbed onto the back of the train because it was a short train that night, so I had to actually run pretty fast to catch up to it because there's a distance
Yeah.
between when it slows down.
Yeah.
And I got on it, and I remember just like getting on the back train. I was like, oh my god, I'm on a freight train. I'm on a train. And then I told everybody about it, and then we all started doing
We
it.
did it so much. Every time we'd hear that whistle, we'd all get up at night and leave. And apparently, our dad knew we were doing it.
I'm sure
He said to us
figured it out.
recently, because he'd be like, "Yeah, of course I knew what you were doing. The train whistle would blow, and you go, oh, we're gonna just go down to CVS and go hang out.
Yeah.
At 11 p.m. when we're already inside, we go meet up with Jared and Zach, and
But
we all
one
go
time-
hide in the woods and jump the train. So he knew, but my mom didn't know. I don't know if she
Yeah,
watches
yeah.
any of these episodes anymore, but
Well, if
she
you
used to
do,
watch all of them.
We got 30 seconds before the break, but I would say one time we jumped the train and it was in the summer, and it goes through the marsh, and there was this thin layer of mist over the whole marsh, and there were fireflies all over the marsh, and they were all refracting their light in that mist. It was like it looked like out of
It was cool because
storybook.
you're in a tunnel of trees. It's trees, and you hear the echo of the train off the trees, and all of a sudden you open into a clearing. The sound lowers, and it just gets super calm and quiet, and there's fireflies everywhere. It's almost like time paused and slowed down, and you're just like, whoa! You felt like you're in a movie.
Check it.
It was awesome.
We'll be right back after these messages. All right, here I am, finally trying to cure my BO situation. I've been told that this place has a deodorant that will cure my BO that is natural. We'll see. Earl Grey. Apparently, this is going to stop my BO, my unstoppable BO. Well, there may be a silhouette, but hopefully I won't stink anymore.
So I went through. We can talk about. I don't know if we had any segments planned here, but we can talk about my unique.
Nothing's planned on this. Are you kidding me?
We can talk about my unique fashion choices when I was in high school. So I believe freshman year was the year that I had like really oversized like Wolverine and Dragon Ball Z shirts that I would wear.
Oh, that sounds tight.
You
should
do wear
that
giant
again.
shirts.
And
You
those-
still do wear Wolverine shirts.
I
You
still
do wear giant boxers still.
I do.
Your
Still wear giant boxers.
we gotta get a shot of your boxers.
I think you're probably wearing the same boxers you wore in high school.
And then I probably. And then I metamorphosized. I think by the time I was like 16, was like okay now. And then I listened to like American Nightmare, and that was like I dyed my hair black.
That's when you got cool.
Yeah, that's when
you still wear the same exact
Same-
hat.
You dyed your hair black?
Tom,
Yeah.
Isn't
is
your hair
stuck.
black?
What?
Isn't your hair black?
I dyed it like jet black.
What
like-
color's your hair?
I think it's like
It's like
brown.
dark brown.
Tom literally is stuck in the year 2002.
Well, that's
Yeah,
like
look at his hat. Look at his hat.
2002 hardcore style.
yeah. Well, that's like
He
that's,
just came from the Thursday concert.
well, that's when I hit
Oh
like
my
the only thing that I
Did you
don't.
listen to that band?
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
I love Thursday.
Thursday cursive.
He like saves the day.
Oh,
Bob
yeah.
loves that
I
band.
still
Bob
still
loves that
like
band.
Saves the Day.
I
I'll
love
tell you
Saves
all
the
right
Day.
now, that band stinks.
That's
Get Up Kids.
since day one. Seth
Hates
hated
that
Saves the
band,
Day. He never liked any of that New Jersey post-punk, hardcore,
so
emo
I
stuff.
really like. Well, I think bands that we do agree on are. That's around the time that I started listening to like the Smiths and Joy Division.
Youth
Oh,
of-
I didn't
Youth
say-
of Today. You guys both like Youth of Today.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name?
Uh,
Yeti Marfo or
Capo.
something?
You just reminded me of
Ray
something.
Capo.
You
Yeah.
just reminded me of something. This is gonna be a flashback to last week, but I never got to say my favorite part of that movie.
I was gonna comment on that actually. Seth, I knew that you were gonna say this. I knew you were
From
gonna
last
talk about this.
episode?
Yeah. So Seth, I know that the reason that why Seth liked this movie so much is that the soundtrack was done by The Cure and the Smiths, and
What
they wore
movie-
Smith shirts.
What
Nah,
movie-
it's not. No, they don't
What
think
movie was it
Smiths
again?
in it.
What was the name?
Career Girls. But in one of the scenes, one of their boyfriends, he's wearing a Smiths shirt, and it's like I'd never seen it
And they
before.
also
it says
played the Smiths in the
and then
soundtrack.
Smiths,
I
and
think
it's
The
like
Cure was
Morrissey's
the
face.
soundtrack.
I thought I heard the Smiths.
It was Cure, and they showed Morrissey's a
Smeagol-
big.
and Smeagol was in it.
Oh yeah, the guy that plays
There's a big
Smeagol.
picture of Morrissey's face up to the neck. Like I'd never seen that shirt before. It had to have been an original,
Yeah.
and that was my favorite part of the movie.
I knew that that's why you
Well,
liked
one
it.
of my favorite.
I knew that that's why you liked it because they made Smiths references.
Well, they made Cure references, and I'm
For
really
that-
not that much of a Cure.
for that-
fan.
I'm not much of a Cure fan. If you were to pick Smiths or the Cure, what would you pick? I would pick Smiths for sure. Do you like the Smiths or Cure more?
I like the Smiths more.
I like this.
Really,
one.
I'm surprised. I thought you liked the Cure more.
No, the Cure is good, but I think the Smiths is more. The Cure is like you have to be in the mood to listen to the Cure. The Smiths is like
Yeah.
anytime.
It's just good music.
Anytime
yeah.
you can listen.
Jeff
to
is like was. I don't know if he still is
I
the
should be so
biggest
obsessed with
Smiths
that
fan.
band.
Oh, I have a story
In
about
the
that.
world.
I have a story about that. I went to a party in like 2001, and Seth was there, or maybe 2002, and it was when the iPods first came out, and Seth had one. And I just remember they were playing music at this party, and Seth just walked over. I remember watching him. He walked over, unplugged whatever. It was somebody else's house. Unplugged it, plugged his iPod in, started playing the Smiths.
What party was this? Was I there?
You were there too.
What was
party
it?
was it?
There was also a Bully Nathan moment.
Bully Nathan.
Bully Nathan moment happened at this party.
I don't. Not a bully.
No, you and somebody else. I forget
Did
who.
we throw out the alcohol?
I think it was you and Bob. It
We
was
we one time
No,
in
no, no, no,
Bridgewater,
no, no. Whose party?
Massachusetts. We went to a party.
I forget whose party it was, and I remember that you
If the three of us were invited, it must have been a loser's party.
You put like Dave's Insanity or something inside this like dip or
What's
salsa.
that? That was definitely
Or
not me.
chili.
It's Bob. I never. ever do
No,
something like
but I
that.
have a Bully Nathan moment that happened.
Okay.
And like you and Bob were going around daring people, who were like, oh, want some of this chili or whatever it was? And
That's
I
not
sort of-
bully.
no.
That sounds familiar.
No. And you went over to Ty Hendricks.
Yeah.
And Ty got like a big scoop of
That
whatever it
sounds
was.
familiar.
And it's so spicy that he was like, and then you're like, come here, I have something that'll make it better. And you gave him a sack whack.
Oh, I hit him in the crotch.
Yeah.
That's not bully. That's just messing with your
Super
friend.
bully.
Ty was my good friend. You can't bully your good
my
friends, can you?
You caused him
I guess you can.
Bully Nathan has
But,
been around forever.
but it's not bully Nathan
No,
when
Bob's the
all
one
of us
who
are
used to
doing the
always
same
bust their
exact thing
chops
to
and
everyone.
beat up
Ty,
on
I'm
us.
sure, hit me in the crotch many times. It's just what you do. It's not bully.
That was like
We're all just jerks.
That was like the
That's
joke.
what it is.
That was like the joke.
Yeah.
at
We're
that
all
time.
just crappy friends.
You hit me in the crotch before.
Well,
Bully Tom.
not at a party.
Not at a party.
Rule number 1: don't hit crotches.
Because,
at
Tom
parties.
was having a really good time
I
trying to
was
meet
having-
a lot of women, probably.
Because I was having a great time. I also remember I went to another party and Bob X-laxed a bunch of brownies. Or
Bob
something.
is the worst, even to this day. He's the bully. He's
Yeah.
the troublemaker. He's the mischievous one.
Bob tries to.
He makes food with poison in them
Yeah.
and gives it to people.
I remember.
Poison.
I remember going to a party and it was Bob. It was the cookies or the brownies or something. Bob brought it, and I just I knew better because I knew Bob, and I was just like Bob going around being like,
Never
Does
eat.
anybody want to try
He
these
did that.
cookies?
He did that once after we had band practice.
He X-laxed them.
We had band practice at Doyle's house, and Bob and everyone, every time we'd finish band practice, that's when everyone would come over, we all hang out and go do something. Bob and Mike came over. Bob and Mike together are dangerous.
Awful. They're terrible.
Still to this day, they're dangerous. Out here, now they're just the bullies on the west side.
But he tries to play it off like he's like, oh, the nice.
Yeah, Bob actually, oh, I'm good. I like her. I'm
Oh,
my girlfriend. But they brought food again. They go, oh, you guys want to try some brownies? You want to try these brownies?
X-lax is everything.
Always had X. They had X-Lax. Everyone starts crapping their pants. And I was like, I am not
When was
eating
this?
anything from Bob.
It's like
It was in,
2002.
I remember it was in Doyle's basement. Bob walked in with baked goods with the X-Lax.
Do
in
not
them.
ever eat anything that Bob gives you unless you
Never.
see him make
It's
it.
funny because Bob's always baking. He's always trying to get you to bring. He's like, I made peanut butter cookies.
Because he likes baking and he also likes ruining people's lives. So he gets to do both things at once.
I will say that Bob, Bob is a good friend, and for the most part, he's pretty goofy and harmless. But every once in a while, old bully Bob,
High school
bully Bob makes an appearance.
Yeah.
Bobby's always at Mark Platt's house.
Well, the worst thing I used to do was just take over the radio. That's not so bad.
Yeah, that's not so
He
bad.
played the Smiths.
Yeah.
Everybody was happy.
Yeah.
Mark Platt.
Everybody wanted to listen to Saves the Day.
We used to go skating
Yeah.
at Mark. You remember Mark Platt? He was like older than us, so he was older than you.
maybe.
He was like a guy who rollerbladed, and he had a house behind the school, behind the high school. So we'd go over to his place, and he had like rails and ramps.
Because he was like a rich kid. And he was
Yeah, he had some money.
all kinds of
He had all
ramps.
kinds of like nice ramps. So we'd always skate outside his house. Karen Cerullo lived up the street, my old original ex-girlfriend.
Original ex-girlfriend.
She was like my first real big girlfriend.
My first big real ex-girlfriend.
First
Like
real
big
big
relationship. We went to Mark's house, and Bob, I remember this one distinct memory of Bob just like tackling me in the middle of nowhere. We're skating, tackling me, puts me in a headlock, and just wouldn't let go.
Yeah, Bob wouldn't.
I'm like in this horrible position, I'm like, Bob, let go. And he just wouldn't do it.
yeah,
I was
Bob,
like, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
He played
had
too
all this,
rough
like
back
rage
then.
in him. He played
Bob-
rough and he wouldn't quit.
Bob would never do that stuff now.
Of course he would. He still does it.
Unless
I wrestled with Bob. I'm like, I had to stop him right away.
Unless it was say yesterday on the stream and he tackled me off a
No,
bike.
that's right.
Oh yeah, that was so funny.
Bully Bob.
Bully Bob. He's always bullying.
Bob is still a bully. Whatever he says, he's still a bully. Confirmed.
How much time we got?
Confirmed.
3 minutes?
We got 3 minutes till the end of this episode with our special guest T Flaherty.
And then Seth soon will be in London.
Jeff is going to see his London lover.
You'll be seeing some status updates. Seth will be doing some live streams.
We're also be doing some live streams.
Check out Chevin's channel.
Mix it up a little bit.
Chevin's channel will be in the description of this episode. Subscribe to him.
Oh yeah, there's a Patreon for this podcast.
Oh, and Chevin has a Patreon.
Watch or subscribe to the Patreon. Support
Please
him.
donate to this.
Seth,
I'm
will be in
sweating
London.
right now because all these lights on. It's work and it's tiring. I'm falling asleep as we're doing this, but we're doing it for you. Please donate so Chevin can stay alive and keep
Frankie
doing
already
this.
fell asleep.
Frankie's already.
Frankie
Yeah,
couldn't
there's a
make it.
Patreon.
He
There's a
already
link.
croaked.
There's a link right below this video that you're looking at.
It's not a fun thing to be someone who has to ask for people to donate to you to stay alive and to give free entertainment. But if you want to help us,
It's
please
not free
do.
entertainment.
Well, for them, most people it is.
Oh yeah, you guys are robbing us. You gotta go to the Patreon.
Stop robbing.
Yeah, we do this.
$1, literally $1 a month. If you have $1, you probably lose $1 a month. If you could not lose that one and give it to Chefid,
I like the cup of coffee comparison, where it's like if you like what the person is making, you don't buy a cup. Like if you go out all the time,
or don't give a tip to that barista once that month.
No, give
once that month.
If
Give
you're
the
gonna-
tip
no.
every other time. No, I'm
If
saying
you're gonna go out, always tip them. What I'm saying is
not always.
What I'm saying is make coffee at home for one day.
You don't have to tip every time.
Don't buy a latte, make it at home, and then donate to your.
Or if
favorite-
you get that coffee 5 times a week,
Also, if you
one
pay-
of those days, don't give the $1.
Also, you can't get a cup of coffee for $1 probably, and also you get 4 episodes for $1 of this.
Yeah, if you gave $1 a month, you get 4 episodes. There
Yeah.
you go.
That's
do
longer. That's longer than any cup
Of
of
the
coffee.
world's
can last.
best worst podcast.
That's a pretty good podcast.
Hey, we got some high quality. Look at this electronic future blue.
It's got a blue light in the microphones. That's high tech.
Yeah, there's microphones,
There's blue light
Light.
bulbs in them.
camera,
light camera. Just
Dog.
Like the same.
guests.
And welcome back after that glitch because the camera
camera's-
ran out of temperature ran
It
out.
ran out. It heated up and stopped recording. We tried again, and then the card filled up. So problem after problem.
The recap was, what did we learn from each other? Tom should have held on to his shirts from being a teen because someday you may cherish them when
You
you're
might
older.
cherish your sick
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z
I had
sweatshirts.
sick Dragon Ball shirts, and I really wish I still had them.
There's one shirt I got rid of. It was a Pumping
What?
Iron original 1970s
That's
shirt
pretty
from the
good.
documentary I gave to Jay Gundy. I traded it for a South of the Border shirt that was so thin. I didn't realize how thin it was because I saw him have it, and I was like, "That's a really cool shirt. Can I get that?" You could see my nipples and my whole chest through it, and it just looked really gross and weird. And then he did not want to trade back, and I couldn't get my Pumping Iron shirt
And Jay
back.
Gundy threw that thing away.
I
probably.
messaged him on Facebook when I had Facebook like 6 years ago. I said, "Hey, do you happen to have that? I would love to get that back." He goes, "I don't have it. I don't even know where it is." I was so
What a
bummed.
pain. Why
I
would
want
we
to
hang
get
on
that
to
shirt.
it?
So I ended up making one of my own. And you have the one I messed up, Seth, and the good one I own.
And I let you all know I used to love the Smiths. I still like them, but I'm not as obsessed with them now as I used to be.
Yes, you are. That's all
no,
you
I used to
listen
listen to them every day.
No, now he listens to Evangelist all the time.
Yeah.
That's his new
Different.
obsession.
I mixed it up.
He listens to soundtracks and opera music.
Mm,
All he listens
I
to
don't
is
know about that.
opera singers and
then we
opera
said,
players.
Don't forget to donate to the Patreon because it's cheaper than a cup of coffee.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And we thanked everybody for. So that's the other
Thank
thing.
you for
Even though
donating
that was a
to
couple
Chefin.
weeks ago, hopefully they'll remember that stream.
The streams that we've been doing in the past, Chefit has been actually been able to eat
Yeah.
good food because of you guys. So thank you for
We've
donating.
all been able to eat food.
That's true.
So
Thank you.
I mean, everyone who watches we are only alive right now and eating and paying rent because
like
of
I'm
you
gonna
guys.
get bonked by
So thank
it.
you. I'm gonna check the camera.
Oh, it'll be good.
Yep, still going.
Okay, we're all gonna say goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you for the
Can't trust
donations.
this camera for too long.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Please
Thank
subscribe
you
to
for-
Seth's Patreon if you can.
Tune in next week
Thank
for
you
the
for
next
watching.
episode.
I'm asleep now.
Bye.